Hi, my name is Carol, and I'm going to do my best to take you on a whistle-stop tour in the space of about 5 minutes of some tips and tools for de-stressing, pausing, refreshing our resilience toolkit on behalf of Children in Hospital Ireland. So I'm going to talk about three things: body, brain, and breath. The first slide that you see there is a series of what are called power poses taken from the work of Amy Cuddy. And it's reminding us that when we need to be at our best, we can kind of trick ourselves in a way by standing in a more powerful position, spreading out, being very stable, opening up the chest. So any of these poses that you see in front of you, 2 minutes is how long it takes to reset our physiology, our sort of subconscious, at a subconscious level, to set us up for confidence and competence. So that's the first tip, is power pose. And actually on an ongoing basis, using your body to stretch and move rather than getting stuck all day on a Zoom call, which has been the reality for a lot of COVID. If we move from the body to the brain, we have all of these thoughts running through our head all day, every day, and they all count. We may not be paying attention all the time, but we need to pay a little bit of attention. So if we were going to pay attention to the train of thought, what could we do to improve or help ourselves? And the first thing is to think about self-compassion and kindness. These are buzzwords that are on the go. The simple way to go, what does that mean? Am I speaking to myself the way I would to a friend? So when I make a mistake, when things go wrong, when I'm saying, oh my God, I can't believe I was so stupid, let me tell you how stupid you are really, we wouldn't say that to somebody else. So we need to catch ourselves in those moments and bring some of the same support. It's okay. You meant well. You can circle back and check in with that person. The kinds of things we would say to a friend. The second thing I want us to draw your attention to is the language we use that engenders motivation. So we have an innate tendency to resist coercion. If you put your two hands together and push really hard with your right hand, I guarantee the other hand didn't fly off screen because your left hand pushed back without needing any instruction. Problem is we're pushing ourselves around all the time by the way we talk to ourselves. Have to go to the shops, have to make the dinner, have to do this work, have to do this report. We say have to. Just as a bullet point, what we want to do is change the language. I want to go to the shops, want to make the dinner, want to do this report, because have to makes us think about or else. It's a forcing, it's a coercion, and it triggers a lot of creative avoidance and procrastination. Want to is because, and it triggers the incentive, the energy to get it done. So play the game, change the language. If we move from our body and our brain, a little bit also still on the brain is perception. When I put this up and ask you to think about what you see, chances are you're going to say a frog. Very few people will say a horse, but once you know there's a horse and look for it and turn the page, there's a horse. This is happening in our lives all the time. We lock on to the first way we see something and we lock out other possibilities. So the other brain trick I'm going to share with you is curiosity. When we feel stuck, when we're kind of at an impasse, what am I missing here? There's more here than I currently see. What would somebody else see? What would a different perspective do? And smile. Smiling is a bit like power posing. You can trick yourself into feeling better because when we smile, when we trigger that shape in our face, it sends messages to our system that we're happy. We smile because we're happy, but we also feel happy when we smile. So we can use these simple tools. Stretch your arms over your head. Even if you've just been stuck at your desk for a while, to have a stretch. It changes the feeling. Look at that child on screen. It's a universal feeling of euphoria. The third thing, and I'm going to barely squeeze it in my 5-minute time, is our breath. So our body, our brain, and our breath. And here's the really simple go-to. If you want to help to calm the system, if you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, we need to exhale. And we exhale as if we were blowing through a straw to make bubbles in a glass of milk. I stole that photograph from my children's school. We're even known to teach children this stuff now, but most of us weren't taught this as children. So we can teach ourselves as adults. When in doubt, breathe out. So if I were to try and summarize that absolute whistle-stop tour, power pose, stand tall, watch your posture, stretch your arms over your head, use them as tricks to move yourself into a better mood. Watch how you're talking to yourself. Can we change all our have tos to a want to? Can I speak to myself with a bit more kindness and compassion? And can I stay curious? What am I missing? What else is here that I haven't seen, to allow my mind to open up to other information that we're currently screening out? And the emergency go-to in all situations is breathing out. When in doubt, breathe out. I went over by about half a minute, but if you've indulged me for this long, I will simply say thank you. I will share the slides with Children in Hospital Ireland so you have access to those too, with links for lots more reading and research if you want to. But I hope that that has dusted off a couple of tools in your toolkit or added a couple of things you haven't thought about before, and will help you to be your best self, to do the things you need to do with a sense of calm and confidence. Have a great day.